Yeah, another one. I'm not done being pissed off yet. It is time for me to show all of you how to clear all the other monsters around you during supers, because for some reason, many of you still don't understand that this is the core component to obtain the loot that you may or may not deserve. You see this? You see all this here? Yes, clear it. Don't just stand there and still try and attack the freaking super cactus, because it's not going to work. Do you really want to go back to the days where this was very common? Yeah, I don't think so. When there isn't many mythic or ultra monsters left, then you can kill the super. This is certainly the case with stationary supers, like cactus, like rock, like bubble, like sponge, where it is mostly common to have to clear everything. Because if you don't clear everything, you are going to be in this scenario again, where the super will take very long to die, and in some cases not at all. Because no one wants to clear and they prefer to rush, or they prefer to still attack the super, despite knowing they'll die and lose their damage. Do you see now? Do you see how easy it is when everything gets cleared? Do you see now that purely focusing on the super is not always the answer when there's a bunch of monsters coming at you? Because even if you survive long enough, you will still obtain the loot you may or may not deserve. This still applies to moving supers, certainly the Fire Ant Burrow, where you have to clear everything in order to obtain the Fire Ant Burrow loot. Maybe realize that the Fire Ant Burrow is trying to tell you something. Clear the entire area before you obtain the super loot. But of course don't go too far out, otherwise you'll miss the Fire Ant Burrow loot, so juggle carefully. I feel like this needs to be changed somehow. And hey, I know I have 2 super bones where I can shred mythics and base damage ultra monsters, but in many cases you are going to have to clear, whether by yourself or in a huge mega squad. It can still be the difference between you looting and not looting, provided if you can get there in time. And there's a reason why mega squads exist, so we can get it without trouble. Now if you want to be one of those people that actually want to cause chaos, that's different I suppose, but a lot of you genuinely do not know this. A lot of you genuinely do not understand that rushing is not the answer. A lot of you don't understand that genuinely focusing on the super and nothing else when 4+ ultra monsters are targeting you, that you will end up dying because of it. And here I did some of you a favour by clearing quite a few of these monsters. This would have been a lot more if it weren't for me clearing. Or should I say my super egg clearing, but whatever. And while I will not take credit, this certainly would have been more difficult if they weren't cleared. Because sooner or later, even in a corner like this, we would inevitably die. So take that as you will. And what if you find yourself stuck with no way out? Then you are forced to clear. Now of course again, not everyone has super bone or super egg for that matter, but this can be the make or break situation. And I guess if you cannot clear, then respawning is the option. Once you've cleared enough monsters, then you can have the potential to bubble forward and find the super. For me, this would not have happened if I didn't clear. So solo or in a mega squad, clearing is important. Hell, even when you're doing a full squad, especially in Spiral, and it's something like Rock, you have no choice but to clear everything, if you want to hoard it properly. Now you see, if we didn't clear or lured all the monsters towards the Rock, we would all be dead. So after some time, the Spiral squad and one random player, which isn't really that random, obtained the loot. Do you think this would have happened if we didn't clear all the frickin' hornets? No! It would not have happened. Let's not forget Ocean, and especially at Super Jellyfish, where you have Ultra Jellyfish, Ultra Crab, Ultra Starfish, especially Ultra Starfish, where you need Dandelion to kill it, not to mention how much space they take. You are going to need to clear them, because they are one of the most toxic ultras you can have. Crab and Starfish. Anyone that's been at a Super Jellyfish will know this. While Bubble might be the main exception to this, considering how little health it has, you are still going to have to clear stuff. Let's not forget, Super Bubble now spawns mythic bubbles around it. So by default you're going to have to clear whether you like it or not. Now since I couldn't do it across the video, I will now give you a step-by-step guide here on how to clear during supers. 1. Bubble to the super where it's located. 2. Form a mega squad if needed. And it's definitely needed during Garden Spiral. Step 3. Clear everything around you. Front, back, left, right, sideways, reverse diagonally, reverse diagonally, upside down, inside out, just everywhere. Step 4. Not too much to the point that you miss your loot chance. I know this from experience. Just enough to the point that you can attack the super properly, safely, without jeopardizing your loot chance. Step 5. If you are early to a super before the horde of players, you must clear. You don't have to do this for everyone else's sake, just for your sake. Step 6. If a swarm of ultra monsters start targeting you, clear it. Step 7. If you know you've done enough damage to the super, help clear around you. Maybe even help revive players, if you're that kind of a player. Step 8, and I'm only going to say this once. Do not fucking die! If you do, that one death of yours might be the reason why everyone may have to respawn. So simply do not die. Understood? Good. Now learn to clear at supers, if you want a better chance at looting consistently. That is all my frustrations out of the way. I will leave you now. This is a fucking joke!